Man, the late 90s was a real dark age for Godzilla fans. Not only did Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin fart out the gloriously dated 1998 Godzilla, but even shittier carbon copies somehow dug their way out of the primordial soup that was that travesty. Reptilian was one of them. The other was this pointless waste of celluloid, Gargantua. Ignoring the fact that the American Godzilla not only had the name brand working in its favor, but a goddamn $130 million budget to boot. Someone over at Fox thought to themselves that they actually had some competition here. Made for a measly $8 million and broadcast on television the exact same day that Godzilla made its theatrical premiere, Gargantua is the poster child for why even fucking bother. The movie opens with a scene straight out of Jaws, where a drunk chick wanders onto the beach and learns the price of lobster is pretty steep when her dumbass gets dragged out into the ocean. But rest assured, Jaws is just one of many far better movies that Gargantua cannibalizes off of. Our plot revolves around a marine biologist played by the discount B-movie Baldwin and a young, pre-famous Emile Hirsch, who doesn't have a mom and is real sad about it all the time.
Let's get you dried off.
I want a mom that will last forever. I want a mom to
They're part of a daddy-son research group investigating the cause of some earthquakes that are shaking this tourist trap of an island. Little do they know that a mysterious force offshore is killing off islanders one by one, like this guy who was too busy trying to snake his way into this chick's pants that he got dragged into the deep on his kayak, even though he isn't attached, and could have just, rolled off the kayak and not died.
Not as beautiful as you. Wait. Glennie! Something's pulling me! Help!
Jack?
I can't! Help! Glennie!
I don't know, I guess that chick's wop just wasn't good enough. It wasn't worth living for. So Emile bumblehumps around the jungle until he comes across a shitty-looking animatronic frog-looking thing and befriends it, because the movie just wasn't content ripping off Jaws, they had to tear some chunks off E.T. as well. But hey, I mean, it's still more convincing Yoshi than Yoshi from the Mario Brothers movie, so at least they got that going for it. But as if E.T. and Jaws wasn't enough, this monster is just a baby, and Daddy's pissed off and attacks the island in what I can only describe as a seizure represented on film. This shit is so shaky that I honestly thought I was gonna barf. And then I saw their monster close up, and I did barf. So at this point, we have the beach tourist setting of Jaws, complete with people not wanting to close the beaches, a small boy befriending a monster from E.T., and a child-parent monster thing going on like Gorgo. And I thought giant phantom monster Agon was bad. Jesus. There's also a third actual giant monster that shows up, and it's just, God, it makes my eyes rain. I know it's low budget, but good lord, CGI is something else. This shot of the male monster running is just hilarious. It's just so janky. And what is the origin of all these weird looking monsters? Well, Godzilla was an iguana, so it's only natural that these things are mutated salamanders. I'm assuming they're mutated because for one brief scene they come across a nuclear waste dump in the ocean, but they never elaborate on it or ever bring it up again. But hey, I mean... They kill the mother at one point with a single rocket shot. Get it? Emile doesn't have a mom, and now this stupid Yoshi knockoff doesn't either. And then a goddamn fourth monster shows up and drags the dead female off. I don't blame it. A hole is a hole is a hole. I mean, it's still good. I don't know what else to say about it. Godzilla it left such a tarnished legacy in its wake, man. The shittiest representation of the most famous movie monster of all time, along with all the flies that just swarm the trail of turd it left behind. It's very obvious that Gargantua's only purpose in existing was to make money and capitalize off the success of the Godzilla remake, which in of itself is a real fucking stupid business decision, because think about it, did Fox really think their demographic of monster movie viewers were sitting at home watching this Cleveland steamer rather than being in the theater watching, Godzilla? Dumb! And I know that there's probably going to be people in the comments that are like, well, I saw this movie when it came out and I liked it. Yeah, but you were probably a kid, and kids are dumb.